To an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready? Blue ready. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Winston now to throw on first down. Dorsett making the catch. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Complete to Philip Dorsett. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw, Winston. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 35.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
The tackle there by Mark Barron.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Tevin Coleman, 33 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Blue 60. 57. Hey, pick your game up.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. 32. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now Stafford. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Now it's Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On 1st down, Coleman. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Winston now. And the pressure gets to him again. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Hey, 15. You got 3 down. Hey, Foxtrot. 57 to Mike. Let's go one more. 57 to Mike 57. 53. Ready? What we got?
From the 27, Stafford got a man open. It's Sutton. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
We got this.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Eagles 10, Cardinals nothing.
No. Off.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check. Hey, 70! Watch the run. Hey, watch set. Hey, zoom. 54. Mike, 54. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Mike, 54.
On 2nd down and 4. Stafford steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Telvin Smith able to get in there and drop him behind the line. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin the drive with Coleman. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Stay 50. Hey, seam 6. Mike 50.
Back to throw. Stafford. They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Winston. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
260. 54. Mike 54. All day, baby. All day. Mike 54.
And they'll start the drive here with an end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to line up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Monday. Go. Ricky.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
3rd and long, it's Stafford. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is brought in at the 21. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He'd hit the sideline. On 3rd down, Winston. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, and he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, where do you find that one in the playbook, Charles?
You don't. You absolutely don't. And sometimes what happens is guys want to make a big play, and they turn it into a really bad one. Sometimes you're best just to cut your losses and go down. I hope we don't see another play like that. I'll guarantee you the offensive coordinator, he's looking at his play sheet. He can't find it either.
Yeah, big loss there on the pass completion. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's got his target. That's Moore. Pass across the 20. 10, touchdown, Cardinals. DJ Moore, 70 yards, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now Stafford will come up, trying to get his guys a 2-point conversion.
Check 52. 50, 50. 37. Check 37. Recon, 152 fighter.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2.
Chance.
They're going to try and run. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And some room to work. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is up to 5. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Mike. Mike, what about behind? Mike. They can't hang with us.
Back to it after the pick 6. Winston. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jameis to throw it. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Gary and Conley.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
32.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Freeman, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
It's our time. It's our time.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
21. You better be ready. Middle. 6-6. Pull it high.
Here's Freeman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
40 got. He don't want it. Bravo.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Let's go. 57 Mike. Mike 57. You must be.
On On second down and 4. Stafford, he completes this to Sutton. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Check, 280. Mark 54. Exit, exit. Hey, 22. Right there. 54, right there, right there.
On second down, here's Stafford. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Stafford on third down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
10, 4 down, check, 4 down.
They will run with Singletary, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Looking middle, and that's complete. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Big 20.
Now it's Freeman. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready. 180. Watch my board. Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball. Get that like 7. 54. Hey, easy, easy. Walk 54. Walk 54. And I'm coming out.
On 1st down, Singletary. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, Delta.
Stafford now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This one from 35 yards away. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. Winston now to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Jameis now on first down. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. From the red zone now, Winston. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down, it's Coleman, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They get 5 yards on the run there, still left staring at a third and about 14. On play action, Winston. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. Bullock's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, A field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Set, go 20. Omaha, ready to move. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. It's a party.
From the 30 on second down, Stafford, and an alley to run. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Cardinals on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. On third down, Freeman, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
11. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Marty, blue 60. Omaha, ready to move. Zebra.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford eluding the pressure right. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On a jet sweep, here comes Moore. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Tavon Wilson up to make the tackle. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Hurry! 5.
On second down now, Singletary. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They go right back to Singletary, and that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Bailey's kick is good, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big trap now because...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 35. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again. Here we go again.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football.